Hi, so what we're going to look at today are the aims of sentencing. So this is a lovely question. If it comes up in an exam, it's quite straightforward. Start off by saying that the aims of sentencing are set out in section 142 of the Criminal Justice Act 2003. There are basically 5 aims of sentencing, so you just got to state the aim and explain it. So the first aim, doesn't matter what order you do them in. First aim, punishment. This is the idea the offender deserves to be punished in proportion to their crime. So it does contain an element of revenge, like the eye for an eye, kind of old-fashioned saying. It's not forward-looking. It doesn't seek to change the offender's behaviour. So types of sentence would be custodial sentence. So punishment, not forward-looking. You've done something bad, you should be punished. Okay, the second aim is reduction of crime, or you can call this deterrence. Now, there are 2 types. First of all, individual deterrence. So the idea is you yourself get a harsh sentence, and then you're so scared and traumatized by this that you don't reoffend in the future. So it is forward-looking. Second type of deterrence and reduction of crime is general deterrence. So the idea is that you, as a member of the public, you see somebody else get a really long sentence and then you fear punishment and you don't commit a crime. So it does need some publicity for this. I mean, again, a prison sentence for you to realise that you can be fined for using your mobile phone in your car. You can get points on your licence. That acts as a deterrent. The third aim of sentencing is protection of the public. So by locking somebody up in prison, custodial sentence, you are protecting the public. Again, it is another forward-looking aim. You are trying to prevent future crimes in a very simplistic way because you're putting the offender in prison. And whilst the offender is in prison, for example, they cannot commit another crime. So you lock someone up. There are more sentences that have been introduced to protect the public under LASPO, which is the Legal Aid, Sentencing and Punishment of Offenders Act 2012. For example, that created an extended determinate sentence where somebody can be put in for an extra period of time if they are considered very dangerous. The fourth aim of sentencing is reform or rehabilitation. This is a forward-looking aim. And it's very important with young offenders. What we're trying to do is we're trying to rehabilitate. We're trying to look at the cause of their behaviour and try and resolve that so that they don't then commit further crimes. We're trying to prevent a life of crime. It's also used with adult offenders, drug and alcohol rehabilitation orders, doing community work, unpaid work in the community, for example, takes into account the offender's background, and we're trying to help them so that they don't reoffend in the future. And then the final aim of sentencing is something called reparation. This simply means that you repay what you've done that's wrong. So you do that, it's not just financial, but you can repay society by doing unpaid work in the community. You can be ordered to pay the victim compensation, and you are trying to repair the damage that has been done. So again, it's not a forward-looking aim. Okay, so now tune in for the factors taken into account when sentencing.